Hi guys and welcome to MotorBeam. This is the 2021 Audi Q5, which is basically a facelifted version of the second generation of this SUV. Now globally the facelift came out last year, and now in 2021 we finally have the car here in India. Now Audi says this is the 9th launch for them in India this year. So first we got the A4, then we got the S5 and the RS5, then we got 3 variants of the e-tron, the 50, 55 and the Sportback, and then we got 2 variants of the e-tron GT, the regular one, and the RS. So technically this is the 5th new car from Audi in India this year, and clearly electrification and petrols seem to be the way forward for the German automaker. So what is different on the new Audi Q5? Let's find out. Well, this is not an all-new car, it is just a facelift, and this is based on the MLB Evo platform, which is shared with a lot of other Audi SUVs and even sedans. Now on the front you get this new vertical slatted grille, you get new LED headlamps, a redesigned bumper, and even at the rear you get new LED lights and of course a mildly redesigned bumper. Now this car gets 19-inch S-line alloy wheels, which look rather simple, rather basic, because Audi does have a lot of better designs out there globally. In fact, even in India they do seem to have some better designs on offer. Apart from that, not much has changed on the outside. The Q5 still looks nice. It is a mid-size premium luxury SUV and the dimensions seem to be spot on. Well, not much has changed over here. The layout of the dashboard remains exactly the same as the pre-facelifted model. You get different color schemes. So this one is an all black color theme, which I have right now, but Audi also offers a lighter color scheme if you like something of that sort. Now the quality, the fit and finish is absolutely nice inside the cabin, but there are a lot of hard plastics all around. Even on the top part of the dashboard you get these rubberized hard plastics, and these are present on all the door pads as well. Now this is something similar to the Audi e-tron, because the e-tron also has lots of hard plastics all over the cabin of the car. So yes, fit and finish levels are good inside the cabin, and you get a very long list of features, starting off with the 3-zone climate control system, 2 zones for the front and of course 1 zone for the rear passengers. Apart from that, this car gets a 10.1-inch infotainment system, which is bigger than the one on the pre-facelifted model. The screen is smooth, but it could have been a bit more slicker to use, and the design, the placement of the screen looks a bit aftermarket definitely. Now paired to this infotainment system you get 19 speakers from Bang & Olufsen with 3D surround sound, and they produce an output of 755 watts. The sound system is absolutely out of this world. The sound quality is crystal clear even at high volumes, and you do enjoy having a blast with music inside this car. Apart from that, you get the standard set of features like Audi's virtual cockpit, you get MMI, you also get Park Assist Plus, which is basically an auto parking feature, and apart from that you get this nice panoramic sunroof. This car gets leather upholstery all around, the quality of which is really nice and it feels rich and premium. This car gets electrically adjustable front seats, and the driver's seat also gets a memory function. Apart from that, this car also gets a gesture controlled tailgate. Now at the start of the video I mentioned that this car gets new LED headlamps. So these headlamps also come with headlamp washers, which is again a very cool feature to have. Now the pre-facelift Q5 used to come with an MMI control knob over here in the center console. Now that has been done with in the facelifted model. This gets a touch screen, which is why you get some empty space over here in the center console, and you can use this space to keep maybe your mobile phone or a wallet, because a cup or a bottle won't fit here properly. And apart from that, I think that's about it for now. The layout of the cabin is the same as before, some extra features which are nice to have. The seats are very nice and comfortable, and they do make you feel plush. Now this car gets a gem of an engine, which is the 2-liter TFSI unit. TFSI means turbo fuel stratified injection, and this one makes 249 horses from 5000 to 6000 RPM and 370 Newton meters from 1600 to 4300 RPM. Now this engine powers a variety of models from the Skoda and the Volkswagen range as well. Those automakers use the word TSI, Audi uses TFSI, but it is one and the same thing, and this engine also powers the absolutely mind-blowing Octavia RS 245. Now this engine is very refined, it is silent at low RPMs, vibrations are absolutely minimal, and when you push the pedal to the metal, this car leaps ahead in such an energetic manner that makes the driving experience all the more fun and addictive. Just see this car go. It reaches the ton in no time. Audi claims a 0 to 100 timing of 6.3 seconds, which is quick enough for an SUV of this segment. Now power delivery is very good throughout the RPM band, and because the peak torque kicks in from 1600 RPM, there is not a lot of turbo lag which is present, and that makes the driving experience so hassle-free. This engine is responsive from the word go. At low RPMs, this engine feels very eager, and in the mid-range, it just pulls the car with so much energy that makes the driving experience very fun, and even the top end is decent. Now, while this engine is good, Audi also offers plug-in hybrid models globally, and of course the diesel engine is also available globally, but sadly we do not get these powertrains in the Indian market. The diesel engine isn't BS6 compliant, but it is Euro 5 compliant, and we do not have the plug-in hybrid models in India as well. But I think Audi should launch them definitely, because they are anyways going all out with their electric cars as well. Now, if we talk about some other cars of this segment, the Mercedes GLC, the BMW X3, both of these cars come with 2-liter petrol and diesel engine options, but the lack of a diesel engine on the Q5 could be slightly bothersome for some customers. The 7-speed S-tronic transmission is again matched very nicely to the engine, and it is very slick and quick with its shifts. It also gets an S mode wherein the gearbox holds the gears up to higher RPMs, and that allows you to push the car even more. Apart from that, handling characteristics of the new Audi Q5 are pretty decent. Again, because this is an SUV, some amount of body roll is felt, and even the steering wheel, this does not offer a lot of feel or feedback. It is quite neutral in the way it behaves, but again the car drives in a very predictable fashion, and it really won't go out of control or anything as such, and it goes the way you want it to go. In terms of fuel efficiency, the Audi Q5 has an ARAI rated figure of 17.01 kilometers per liter, but of course in the real world conditions you can get maybe around 8 to 9 kilometers per liter in the city, and maybe 13 to 14 kilometers per liter out on the highways. At low speeds, this car feels so easy to drive. The steering is so light, outward visibility is very nice, and the engine is ever so responsive. So yes, while the absence of a diesel engine is felt, the performance of the petrol engine more than makes up for it. But yes, of course, the diesel engines have a completely different fan base, and people who really want a diesel car, they will go for a diesel car only. Now this car gets adaptive dampers. Now compared to the Q5 which is sold globally you get an air suspension with the Q5, but that is not being offered in India. Here you get an adaptive suspension, and the ride quality is good for most part. Now the setup of the suspension is slightly on the stiffer side, which means when you're driving over a really bad patch of tarmac, some of the sharper undulations are felt inside the cabin. The ride feels a bit stiff, but it does not feel uncomfortable as such, and the car does feel quite composed. Now if you are driving at fairly high speeds over broken patches of roads, there will be some sideways movement which you will feel inside the cabin, and apart from that there's not much to complain on the ride quality front. And if we talk about the different modes on offer, this car gets 5 driving modes. So you get auto mode, you get comfort mode, you get dynamic, you get individual, and you also get an off-road mode, and this car also comes with Quattro as standard. Now coming to Quattro, well, this is a very capable all-wheel drive system. Now you cannot expect a luxury SUV to do hardcore proper off-roading, something which only a ladder frame SUV could do, but this car will do fairly well in terms of mild off-roading, or maybe you can say soft roading. And if we talk about the different driving modes on offer, you can select all the driving modes using the touch screen or the buttons over here using the drive select buttons. So right now the car is in comfort mode. It is driving in a very relaxed fashion. Power delivery is more than adequate, and again the steering feels feather light. I'll just move the car to dynamic mode, wherein the car will feel a bit more sportier. So yes, throttle response has improved a bit. The steering feels heavier now, slightly more heavier. Yes, that is definitely adding to the confidence factor when you're driving the car, when you're really pushing the car over twisties or guards, or maybe just driving at high speeds. And apart from that, you also get this individual mode wherein you can select things the way you like them. So yes, in terms of comfort, I'd give this car maybe a 7.5 rating out of 10, and that is not bad for a luxury SUV. I mean, the seats are very nice, the ride quality is pliant, and overall the driving manners of this car are very mature. Well, this is a very sorted car fundamentally. Even the older Q5 was extremely popular, and this one is likely to carry the sales legacy forward. Now this car looks good, it packs in a lot of features, it drives really well, and the 2-liter TFSI engine is an absolute gem. Yes, this car does miss out on hybrid options, and it does not have a diesel engine also, and this one predominantly rivals the BMW X3 and the Mercedes GLC. Both the cars are offered with petrol and diesel options. Now the GLC came out in 2017. We have the facelift on offer right now. It is a comfort oriented car, more for people who are chauffeur driven. Meanwhile, the BMW X3 is a lot more fun to drive, definitely, and the Audi Q5 somewhere strikes a balance between both these two cars. It is fun to drive, it is also comfortable, and that is the reason I think this one should definitely sell in decent numbers. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you liked it.